Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, the Global Tournament is officially underway, Royal Tournament, as you can see here. It's part of Clash Fest, I guess, or I guess Clash Fest is just a long event going on this season. But Global Tournament is down. It actually came out yesterday, I think out of nowhere, because I don't think they had a countdown. I think it just appeared because I wasn't even expecting it. So has been out for pretty much a full day now at this point, and in today's video I'm going to be making a video covering it with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, as I usually do. It has been quite a while actually since I made a global tournament video. I think I missed the last Rage tournament if I'm not mistaken, but I definitely missed the last global tournament. I think even the one before that. I haven't made a video in general in quite a while, if you guys saw my latest community post, but I'm going to be trying to get back into things when I can, I guess. I mean, I still have a lot of stuff to figure out, but the Global Tournament is underway now, and I do have some time, so I figured I might as well try what I used to do. So, basically, I'm going to be playing with 3.0 Xbow Cycle with the Ice Spirit. I feel like Ice Spirit is just really nice, even though I think Electric Spirit is a better card overall. I prefer Ice Spirit because the freeze is just so satisfying, lasts so long. Xbow in general, I think, is in a pretty bad spot in the meta right now. I mean, I say that a lot. A lot of people say that, but 3.0 at least definitely is. I think there was a statistic of Xbow decks last season. I think it was something like 27 in the top 200. I could be wrong because this is just off the top of my head. I saw it a few days ago. But only 3 of them were without Queen. So Archer Queen definitely carrying Xbow Cycle. Even if that statistic is wrong, basically Xbow without Queen is in a really bad spot right now. Queen is the only thing keeping the deck somewhat viable. But we're going to be trying with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. If you play really well, you can still have success. 7-4 actually came back last season, and I think he was able to cross 8,400 trophies with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, so no Archer Queen there. And I think that was definitely like top 50 or something. So definitely still viable in the right hands. So hopefully I can do okay. I think I'm going to be trying to go for 10 wins here, which is what I usually do in these early global tournament videos. We'll see how it goes, but hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. I guess, I don't know why I'm saying that so early, but thanks if you guys are here, and let's get right into things. Found the first match against Milanista. Give him the good luck back, and I saw on his profile he actually had the LumberLoon banner, so it could be some kind of LumberLoon deck. Early on in these global tournaments, you can really go up against pretty much anything, so you do have to be ready. I'm actually going to Xbow pretty early on. We do see a wizard come down, so I'm actually not going to commit too heavily. I'm going to go for archers because he just spent 5 on the wizard, and I guess I will go for a knight on this Valkyrie, which will also let me cycle back to my log for the wizard as well as the goblins. But Xbow is going to get taken out, unfortunately. We do get some nice chip damage, but I'm not sure. Looks like a probably... Actually, I don't know what it's going to be, because this could really be anything again. Early global tournament games, people play pretty much anything. It's kind of like the start of a classic or grand challenge. And that's why some people liked when I made videos like these. And wow, okay, looks like it is going to be LumberLoon. I'm actually going to go for a fireball here to knock the lumberjack back and also keep my Tesla alive. So that was pretty much a very important play. Going to go for skeletons. I think I actually reacted a bit off because my placement was off, so Dark Goblin does unfortunately get 1 hit in there, but it's fine. Looking like it's just going to be LumberLoon with some mid-ladder type cards. I mean, he has Dark Goblin, Goblin Gang, Valkyrie. Not sure what his spells are. I don't think he's actually revealed them yet, but we do see a wizard in the back. I could Xbow opposite, but I think I'm just going to play it safe for now, even though LumberLoon is out of cycle, so I could possibly go in. I'm just going to chill knight for the wizard, because I played it a bit early because I didn't want to leak Elixir. Also going to support it with an Ice Spirit, and let's see if he goes for a Goblin Gang or Valkyrie or anything like that. It does go for the Valkyrie. I'm going to go for a Tesla. The reason going for the Tesla off to the side is because it will cover this lane against a possible LumberLoon push. Not the best minions out of my opponent, I'd say, because Tesla is going to do a good job. Although I guess they weren't that bad because Tesla actually almost died there. But we are back to another Tesla now. So just going to go for one. We do get a small Xbow connection. Hopefully Tesla doesn't take a balloon hit. Would be pretty nice. And unfortunately it does. So that kind of sucks, but it's still fine. I did actually miss my skeletons to pull the Valkyrie, so that was my bad. I might be a bit rusty here because I also haven't really played the game too seriously. as of late. It's been a couple of weeks. But anyways, we're going to reset with a knight in the back. It looks like he's back to another LumberLoon, so gonna go for Tesla. Gonna go for, actually, I was gonna go archers to try and set up a counter push in the other lane, but since he went minions, I think I had to firewall there. This knight will force a response, so it's gonna go Xbow, predicting whatever he goes for on the knight. Does actually ignore the knight, which is pretty interesting. Okay, he goes for a Goblin gang, fair enough. Gonna go archers and log on this Valk plus wizard. Definitely want to take the wizard out as soon as possible, and we do actually get that really nice push going. Xbow is on tower. Gonna go for skeletons last second, and goes for a Dark Goblin opposite lane, which I find pretty interesting. I do get the knight down last second. I'm fine ignoring this Dark Goblin here, because I'm pretty much just trying to get the win off this one Xbow lock. He gives the well played, so just holding on to this Xbow connection as long as possible. That is going to be in fireball range. Fireball does 207 damage, so pretty nice win there. A bit sloppy. I do apologize. My gameplay probably won't be super perfect, just as I'm getting back into things, but we did get a nice win there. Accidentally opened the past Royale tab against LumberLoon. I guess his banner was correct, but yeah, I pretty much just got that one nice Xbow connection and held on to it, so that was pretty good. But found next match against Alejandro. Give him the good luck. Also, apologies if my commentary is a bit off, because again, I'm not super used to doing this, at least recently. I've just kind of been in a weird place lately, but hopefully it's all okay. I'm just going to fireball off the Witch, and Spear Goblin's Witch, I'm already not sure what this is going to be. Witch isn't actually a very common card. The only real meta deck I can think of that runs Witch is Giant Graveyard, so I'm not actually sure what it's going to be. Going to go for an Xbow opposite though, because he went for a Baby Dragon, that's 4 Elixir. Pretty big commitment. Going to go for Skeletons for the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and Ice Spirit just to freeze this Baby Dragon. I think I will go for a Knight, just because he also went for a Zap. Might as well just deny some damage. And he goes for Spear Goblins, which I can just log off, and I don't actually think that was that great, because he should be pretty low on Elixir now. Gonna have to respond to this. Yeah, it does so with the Witch. I guess I'll just fireball the Witch off, and then it should be fine, because I don't think he has too much Elixir right now. He spent quite a lot there with the Mini P.E.K.K.A Zap, and then Spear Goblins at the bridge as well. So yeah, Witch doesn't get a hit either. I actually didn't know that. Fireball fully counters a Witch, because I'm always used to just fireball logging the Witch. But I still have no idea what his win condition is going to be. Just going to go Archer same lane. I guess might as well just kind of scout out if he has like arrows or some sort of big spell. Fireball, okay, interesting. Going to go Ice Spirit and then Skeletons just to take out the Baby Dragon. And I guess I'll just reset with a Knight in the back. Let's see how he wants to respond to this. Mini P.E.K.K.A on the back. Okay, I guess I'm just going to set up with a Tesla. I don't really want to go Xbow too early on, just because, again, I'm not entirely sure what he has, and I'd rather play it kind of safe. Okay, I was hoping my Tesla would hit the Mini P.E.K.K.A, but it's still fine because I can get a nice log off to keep my Tesla alive and hit the Spear Goblins. I'm going to Xbow now. Might as well. He goes for a Witch in the back, so that's 5 Elixir down the drain, and Mega Knight does come down, so I guess this is... Not sure if he is even going to have a win condition, but I'm just going to... Okay, split Archers, log the Witch, and then going to hold on to my Skeletons for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And actually pretty lucky on my side with the log, because I was actually able to hit the Witch as well. Or the Spear Goblins as well. Going to go for Knight last second, though. And okay, that was really bad. I was hoping I would go for the Knight like super last second, where he wouldn't really expect it. But obviously that didn't work out super well because I actually just mistimed it. But just going to go for a log on these Spear Goblins because I do want to make sure the Mini P.E.K.K.A doesn't get too much value. Doesn't get a hit, so that's totally fine. Just going to Tesla. And we are sitting pretty well right now. Going to go for an Xbow. Witch in the back. We should see a Mega Knight's going to get my Knight ready. Okay, actually goes for a Skarmy instead. Not sure why. You should see a Mega Knight now, though. Yeah, we do, so going to get my Knight down. Nice timing there. Going to log the Mega Knight back. Skeletons as well to DPS. I think he does have a Zap, so this should probably be a dead push, but I'm still going to commit to it, and he doesn't actually go for the Zap, so that's just going to be game, I guess. Maybe he already used the Zap and I didn't notice, but pretty interesting. Again, off-meta deck there. You are definitely going to see decks like these early on, so hopefully, you know, these games kind of give you some help in how to play against these weird off-meta decks. Basically, the biggest thing I guess I can, or biggest piece of advice I can give you guys is not to be super aggressive with your Xbows early on, rather just kind of feel out what deck they have and go from there. Usually that's a pretty good tip in general as well, because if you Xbow too early on, you might get punished. But found next match against Ona. I'll give him the good luck. And let's just cycle Log first play. He has E-barbs on his banner. And it looks like I clipped something there. I'm not sure if it was like a Fire Spirit. I actually didn't see. We do see Dark Goblin though. I guess I will Fireball it. And this actually could be Logbait if that was like a Fire Spirit. Could be like Logbait Mighty Miner. Which I would actually not like to go against. Okay, this is actually pretty bad already because, yeah, there it is. Gonna cycle back to my Log pretty aggressively. We actually do get it off, which is pretty nice. But that was sketchy because I did use both my Log and Fireball. But we do get the perfect defense off, thankfully. And he does have Dark Goblin, not Princess, which... okay, looks like it was an Ice Spirit, not a Fire Spirit. Not gonna let that connect. And I'm not sure... I think I prefer going against Dark Goblin in this matchup than Princess, because Princess at the bridge is a pretty annoying play. I personally actually think this is a pretty hard matchup, and he actually goes for a Valkyrie, which I'm actually kind of surprised by, because Mighty Miner Bait usually just has Mighty Miner as the tank. That's why it's called Mighty Miner Bait. So I'm actually not sure why he also has a Valkyrie in here, but again, early wins, not sure what to expect. Let's just go for low skeletons and Ice Spirit as well. I think we might actually have to go archers. Yeah, I think the Dark Goblin would have gotten one hit, which I didn't want to take, so I think that was worth it. And I'm not sure if we should be going same lane. I actually don't think we should be, so I'm actually going to Xbow, I guess, with this hand. And let's see if he has a rocket or whatever he has to counter. Mighty Miner opposite lane, which is pretty interesting. It looks like he might be trying to switch lanes. Yeah, he does. He's going to go Knight to catch it. And we do actually get the catch off. I'm going to go Skeletons because he might go like Cannon or something. And I know he also has a Valkyrie, yeah, so he does go for the Valk. Maybe he replaced the Cannon with a Valkyrie. But he is committing a lot, like Log and everything, which means he's definitely not going to go Rocket at least right now. I mean, why would you Rocket such a low HP Xbow anyways? But I'm actually not sure if he does have a Rocket or not. So let's just Xbow Knight as well to predict either Dark Goblin, Cannon, whatever. Mighty Miner. Okay, that's also fine. Actually going to Fireball off the Dark Goblin too. Okay, actually messed up. That's my bad. I thought the Dark Goblin would walk up for some reason. As you can tell, I'm definitely quite rusty. So again, apologies for that. But we actually do still get a connection, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna preemptively cycle Skeletons for the barrel. And okay, my bad. Took some Dark Goblin chip. But let's go Xbow again. And Knight as well. He goes for the Valk, so he's gonna have to Mighty Miner here. Gonna go Ice Spirit to reset the Mighty Miner's charge up. And he's going to go for a barrel, so I think we're going to have to let this Xbow die if he goes like Dark Goblin or something, and I can just get the next Xbow going, so yeah, that's totally fine. Going to go for low archers, and then Dark Goblin does cross, so we're going to be able to go for an Xbow here. Going to kite this Valk out of Xbow range, and then I guess I will have to log these. And really nice play there, actually. I did kite the Valkyrie out of Xbow range, if you saw with my Knight, so that's a play I love to make, using this little lane off to the side. That's going to be a good game. So I'm actually not sure what my opponent's plan there was. Maybe he didn't have a rocket. If he didn't, that should actually be a pretty good matchup for me, because he doesn't have a rocket to easily take out my Xbows or rocket cycle me. But okay, he had a Fireball. I actually don't think he ever used that. Interesting matchup. Not sure. I don't think my opponent played it too well though, but interesting that he had two mini tanks, not something you see very often. But anyways, into the next match against what looks to be a Japanese player. We'll give him the good luck. Cycle an Ice Spirit at the start and see how he wants to respond. So he goes for a late E-Spirit, interesting. I'm going to try and activate King with my archers, I guess, and going to be Drill. E-Spirit Drill is pretty curious. I think I am going to go Knight. Yeah, he goes for the Mirror Zap. That is 5 Elixir plus the 9 Elixir, or plus the 4 Elixir rather, with the Drill, making it 9 total. So I'm actually going to Xbow with this Knight, because that was a really big commitment on my opponent's end. So yeah, we're definitely going to go. And going to go Tesla as well. This is really aggressive, but the reason I'm doing this is because he spent a lot of Elixir there. I don't actually think it's justified. And he goes for a Log as well. Going to go Ice Spirit. Might as well just predict whatever he's going to go for. At this point, Zap looks like he might go for a Mirrored Zap, and he does. I'm actually going to go Knight into an Xbow when I hit like 8 or so Elixir, because he should still be really low on Elixir. He is playing this kind of interestingly, but going to go for the Xbow. Also, I do have an activated King, which is going to help me out quite a lot. Should see Valk. Nope. Okay. so he just lets it lock on. Maybe he gave up then, because I'm not sure why else he would just let that lock on. The other thing I was thinking of was maybe he was going to go like Mega Knight or something, and he was saving up Elixir, but I think he just gave up, so that is going to be a pretty straightforward win, I guess. Let's just go ahead and take the 3 crown. Not sure what was really going on in that match. My opponent went for a really aggressive double zap early on, so basically that's another cue that I like to use with Xbow in general when you're playing. When you take like a lot of, or when your opponent commits a lot of Elixir early on, like another example I remember, one of my opponents a couple days ago, he went Golden Knight at the bridge and then Prediction Arrows, I think for skeletons, but obviously that's just 7 Elixir. That's just not a prediction that you really make. So when you see overcommitments like that, or in this case my opponent going for a drill and then going for the zap and then the mirrored zap, you can definitely go in and punish them. That was also a pretty weird deck. I think I definitely would have won that even if the match went on, because that should be a pretty straightforward matchup as well. But I'll take it. I mean, 3 crowns are pretty good because global tournaments, the tiebreaker is decided by crowns. So that's nice to get. But found next match against J2P7. We'll give him the good luck. Go for an Ice Spirit at the bridge and see how he wants to respond. Okay, he does ignore it, so let's just go for a log. And since he is leaking, okay, never mind, goes for a Lumberjack. I was going to say maybe it's like some kind of heavy deck. Looks like it still is going to be because of Lumberjack, so LumberLoon comes to mind, Golem also comes to mind. We'll just split our archers. Since he's not going for anything, okay, Skelly King, I'm going to go for an Xbow. I think it might be Golem, because I don't think LumberLoon usually runs Skeleton King. And wow, my opponent's not playing this very well, I would say, because he's just cycling stuff opposite lane. Actually going to Fireball this Inferno Dragon back and go for Skeletons. This is a really big commitment, so this is risky for sure. He's definitely going to go for the Skelly King ability. I'm going to go Knight over here, and then I'm getting ready with my log for the ability. There it is, so let's just go for the log now. And we actually do get a pretty nice defense overall. I mean, that was kind of risky. I know I committed a lot to the Expo, but I felt kind of comfortable doing so, I guess, and I guess it worked out. But that is honestly risky. I wouldn't recommend that all the time. But obviously we did get a nice connection, and if it is going to be something like Golem, I mean, I don't know what it's going to be because he has like Lumberjack. Okay, Pump, let's just Fireball it, I guess, even though it's unfortunately a negative trade. One of my personal hot takes or unpopular opinions is that, or I don't know if it's unpopular or not, but I think Pump is still quite an overpowered card. It's just basically getting a free positive Elixir trade against every single spell except for Earthquake. I don't really think that's very healthy, but anyways. Night Witch, Inferno Dragon. I actually don't know if this is going to be Golem or not, because I'm not sure if he's revealed all of his cards or not. This actually might just be like some kind of beatdown deck without the Golem, because he's, like, as you can see, he's just building these huge pushes without actually going for a Golem. But that was an insane amount of Fireball value, so I'm definitely happy to take that. And Night Witch comes down. Inferno Dragon going to have to let that go, actually. Yeah, he goes for a Prediction Fire Spirit on my Skeletons anyways, so actually pretty nice of him, and pretty good that we didn't actually go Skeletons there, but I actually don't really care about that Pump. I'm actually going to go for another Expo. Might as well try and get the second crown, I guess. Because, yeah, like, there isn't enough time for that Pump to get its full return. And I could have actually Fireballed that Night Witch plus Pump, but again, it doesn't really matter because the Pump isn't going to get the value that my opponent committed to it in time. Because I think Pump takes like a minute or so. I don't remember exactly, but I know it takes quite some time. But that is going to be game. We're obviously not going to get the second crown because my opponent did defend relatively well enough. But we actually did win on both lanes, I guess, in terms of tower damage. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, pretty weird deck there. I was actually kind of scared it was Golem, like Golem Lightning or something, which is actually why I was so aggressive with my Expo early on, because it's hard to get connections against heavier Golem decks as the match progresses. However, it looks like it was just some kind of beatdown style deck without actually having a beatdown win condition. So that's also a pretty good matchup. But into the next match against Mr. Wise here. Let's give him the good luck. We're at 5 wins now, which is actually pretty good. 5-0 start, flawless start, and on our way to our goal. So hopefully we can reach it. It would be pretty nice. Tesla, just for this Valkyrie, might protect it with Skeletons as well. Not sure what it's going to be with just Valkyrie and Witch. Okay, looks like again it's going to be some kind of off-meta deck, because Witch is not really a card that I see in many decks except for Giant Graveyard. I'm actually going to log this Hog Rider to push it into the Tesla, and I actually did miss the Witch, but that's because I noticed my log angle. I tried to push the Hog, like I went for a log far left because I tried to push the Hog into the Tesla, but anyways, that didn't work out super well against the Witch, but it's fine. Mega Knight comes down. I'm going to try and activate King here if I can, so going to go for a low Knight, and then Firecracker should hopefully activate King. Okay, no it doesn't. Maybe this time it will. Okay, it does that time, which is good. Gonna go for a log on this Mega Knight, and then we do take some damage. I think that was maybe one Mega Knight hit, but honestly, I am fine with that because we got an activated King, so I think that was a pretty good trade for us. Gonna get my Tesla ready for this Hog Rider, because I know he is back to it now, because he played Valkhog last time. Just gonna go Knight first though, no point going Tesla first, because he might not go Hog. Gonna go for an Xbow opposite, because he went for a Witch, which is a 5 Elixir commitment, which is pretty expensive. It means he won't have enough for the Mega Knight right away. And he actually just goes for Bomb Tower, so, and Zap. That's actually really good for me, because he basically just committed the exact worth of my Xbow, because that was a 6 for 6. Just gonna go for a low Tesla, I guess. And then Ice Spirit for the Witch. And I did unfortunately miss the Witch, but Tesla still does a pretty good job overall. This is gonna be Mega Knight Hog then. He does have a building. I'm not sure if he has a big spell though. But either way, Mega Knight Hog is usually kind of annoying to go against, even if you have a pretty good matchup, just because it's pretty tricky to break through. But we're going to try. Going to go for a Knight for this Valk. And let's go for a Tesla, I guess, up high. This Tesla is going to be pretty good because it's going to take out the Bomb Tower. And it will also actually help against a Hog Rider, because it is high enough to pull it, even if it was preemptively placed like it was. And I'm going to cycle back to an Xbow because I think my opponent's pretty low in Elixir there. Tesla does a pretty good job at taking out the Firecracker, or almost at least. We're going to log to make sure it gets taken out, and then Archers trying to DPS down this Mega Knight as fast as possible. And you're going to go Ice Spirit Skeletons for the Hog. And we actually do unfortunately still take one Hog hit, but hopefully Xbow gets some small damage. Okay, it doesn't, but let's keep the pressure up, because I think my opponent should be pretty low. He's definitely not back to a Mega Knight either. Might be back now. No, he's not. Goes for a Firecracker instead. Gonna log this all back. Pretty good value on both the Valk and the Firecracker. Let's actually Fireball this Hog back, just to keep my Xbow alive. Actually pretty nice play, because even though Fireball doesn't do as much knockback as it used to ever since the nerf, it still kept the Hog off. It's similar to a log, except it costs more, obviously, but I think that was definitely worth it. Just because we had the Xbow on tower is definitely worthwhile. And that is going to be our 6th win, so let's keep it going. Pretty interesting Mega Knight Hog deck there. Again, I don't think I played it super perfectly with my micro, at least at the start, but we were able to get the job done and do a pretty good job overall still. So let's log the Fire Spirit. Don't actually really like to see Fire Spirit. Okay, never mind. Tombstone. I don't know what this is going to be already, because his name is the Hound, so maybe it's Lava Hound, because Tombstone is sometimes in Lava Hound decks, but Fire Spirit is not really in Lava Hound, so I don't know. Maybe Graveyard, since he has poison in here. I'm not sure, but hopefully this Xbow locks on, and it does. Perfect. So let's actually... I don't think we need to log that, because the Tombstone Skeletons actually all walk up in front, so that was actually pretty nice for us. Let's go for a log, cycling back to our Archers for this Graveyard. I didn't really want to go Archers if I didn't have to, because I think my opponent is really low on Elixir right now, so I would rather have gone for an Xbow if I could, but I think I had to go for Archers there. Let's see if he responds to this, though. He does go for a Valk, actually, so I am really tempted to Xbow right now. I think I'll just defend this with Ice Spirit Skeletons, and then I think I will Xbow, actually, because my opponent should be pretty low on Elixir after going for that pretty aggressive Graveyard push, and being forced to respawn with a Valkyrie as well. We'll catch the Barbarian with a Knight, and then I think I will not go Archers here, I guess, because Mega Minion was going to take care of my Xbow anyways, regardless if I went Archers or not, and I'd rather save Archers for his Graveyard, because he is playing Graveyard. So overall, we still get a really nice connection, putting us in a 1000 damage lead pretty much, so that is really good for us. Just going to cycle a log here, and goes for a Valk in the back, so I really do want to Xbow, actually. Let's just set up with a high Tesla, and actually, since he went for the Tombstone, I'm just going to chill, not going to Xbow. And let's see how he wants to play this out. If he goes for a graveyard, okay, he goes for a barb barrel. Interesting. Not bad, I guess, sniping the Tesla, but I'm not too concerned because he still can't really get much of a push going. I'm just going to log the tombstone now. And I'm back to a Tesla. Hopefully get it down in time for the Fire Spirit. Okay, unfortunately Fire Spirit does jump, but that's still fine. I'm actually going to start fireballing because the onus is on my opponent right now to make a big push. I already have a really nice damage lead, and if he poisons this, I think he loses. Yeah, because he actually activates King, so that's another reason he loses, but also he doesn't have a poison for this Xbow now. Actually going to log. That was a misplay. That was meant to be one of my cycle cards to catch it, but still, that's fine. And my opponent does get a Mega Minion down. I guess I will go for a Knight last second. And I do actually get the timing off, which is pretty nice. It's actually not a timing I'm very comfortable with, getting the Mega Minion catch on your Xbow, while it also gets hit by the tower. I think that's a pretty tricky timing to pull off, but we were able to do it. And I'm actually just going to Fireball, I guess, and log. Going to let that go. But basically my opponent has no chance of winning right now, even though he is obviously still trying. Since he activated King, unless I disconnect, I don't think he's ever going to really get much damage, because even if I somehow overcommit a lot and he gets a nice push going, I have an activated King Tower, which is like the last thing a graveyard player wants. And he's also giving me Fireball value on each of these tombstones, which normally I would say is a bit aggressive to keep fireballing, but especially in this situation where he's the one who has to make a push, I'm totally fine with it. And if he poisons this, okay, he actually has freeze. That is definitely a curveball, so I really had to cycle back to my log there. If I was complacent, I could have taken a ton of damage there. But we're just going to keep the pressure up with an Xbow now. He actually did play that okay, I guess, because now he has the poison and cycle for the Xbow. We're going to prediction Fireball the Tombstone. This time my opponent finally learned and stopped playing the Tombstone in range of my Fireball, so well played to him. But still, at this point, I don't think we can really break through that well, but we can definitely still win this one, I'd say. Let's just kite the Valk into my Tesla, and then let's go for an Xbow. He does have a poison, but he just uses Valkyrie, which means he won't have a great tank. Tombstone doesn't really do the trick that well, because it gets easily taken out. He's back to his Valk now, but I'm just going to log. I'm going to catch the Barb Barrel as well. Actually, my log kind of messed me up there, because it pushed the Barb Barrel out of the range that it's normally placed in. But now we get a connection, because just constant pressure, my opponent wasn't really ready for it. That's going to be game. And pretty nice win, so that is definitely an interesting deck. Graveyard with both freeze and poison. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan was there, because I feel like that's a bit clunky of a deck. Like, you never really see this deck at top ladder. Graveyard with both poison and freeze. Generally, Graveyard always has poison as a big spell, if it has a big spell, but there are also Graveyard freeze variants, but those usually only have the freeze, and I feel like it's just a bit clunky to have both freeze and poison, because, I mean, he literally has 4 spells in his deck. Graveyard, freeze, poison, and Barb Barrel, so I feel like that's just a bit too clunky, at least in my opinion. But anyways, he activated King for us really early on, which basically cemented the win, so that's just going to be game. But into next match against P.E.K.K.A here, going to give him the good luck, and he goes for a Bandit, so it could be some kind of bridge spam deck. Could also be a bunch of other things, though, because there are some other decks with Bandit these days. E-Spirit, maybe Mega Knight bridge spam, if I had to guess. Yeah, we do see a Queen. Unfortunately, I didn't have Xbow and Cycle. I would have loved to go for an Xbow there. I feel like this is actually going to be a pretty hard matchup, because he has the Lightning in here, as well as Mega Knight. But we're going to try our best. Going to go for a Tesla in the middle. He could either Mega Knight or Ram Rider. Going to go Ice Spirit to push the Ram Rider into the Tesla. And he does go for a Lightning, actually, so we're going to have to go for a Log. And Queen does actually get the ability activated. I'm actually going to take that and then go for an Xbow when I hit 8 Elixir, because my opponent should be very low in Elixir after committing so much like that. I hope he doesn't have enough for a Mega Knight. If he does, I'm kind of screwed. And okay, he doesn't. Goes for a Bandit. Nice. Let's go Knight. Let's Ice Spirit to catch the Barb Barrel. And we actually do have to log, because I need this connection to be quite big. I mean, I sacrificed a lot of damage there, so I definitely have to get a huge connection here, and I do get it off, which is really nice. Ghost comes down, but doesn't really matter too much. I guess I'm just going to let it lock on. I'm actually not sure which one's better, letting it lock on and then going Skeletons, or surrounding it with Skeletons. I'm not sure which one ends up in more damage. I should actually find that out sometime, or let me know if you guys know, I guess. But still, really nice connection there. Gonna split archers and gonna go for an Xbow now. I love doing this when he goes for either Ram Rider or Queen, because it means they won't have enough. Gonna go Ice Spirit, and unfortunately Barbarian does clip the Ice Spirit, but we also cycle back to our log, which means Xbow will be on the Queen, which is huge. Queen does get taken out, and I mean, even though we didn't get any damage, we got a log on the tower as well, and we also prevented his entire Queen initiative there, which I think was really important. So basically, whenever they go for a 5 Elixir card in the back in single Elixir, I love going Xbow opposite, just because it's pretty good. Gonna go Archer same lane here, as he does go Mega Knight, so kind of preemptively going Mega Knight in that lane, shutting down any opportunity of me making an Xbow push happen, but that's fine. Let's see if he wants to push, or if he just lets this go. He does actually have a Barbarian in here, which is interesting. I think that Ram Rider should... Okay, he doesn't actually hit the Tesla, so that's actually not that good for me. We take some chip damage, but that's still totally fine, because I mean, he's basically in Spell Cycle range very soon, so I'm actually fine taking that damage, even though it's not optimal. And we're gonna have to cycle back to our Knight pretty fast here, because Mega Knight is causing some issues. And Lightning does come down, but he does miss my Knight, thankfully, so... And actually messed up my archers there, that's my bad. I don't actually think I can afford to Xbow here, even though I want to, since he just went for his Lightning, because I did mess up my archers, but I can actually just Fireball that Bandit, and I think we just need one more Fireball log, so I'm actually just going to cycle pretty aggressively here, and Ice Spirit, if he does let it lock on, will actually be game, so yeah, I couldn't afford to let that lock on, but either way, that is still tower down, so that's going to be a good game. Against, I would say, a pretty difficult matchup. I mean, he even had Barbarian instead of Snowball, so I would say that makes it worse, because Barbarian is pretty effective at taking out Xbows. So I'd say that's actually a pretty hard matchup. Pretty glad I was able to win that, although I don't think my opponent played perfectly. We made a pretty interesting play there, actually, sacrificing damage at the start. I sacrificed like half my tower to get an Xbow initiative happening. I'm actually going to check, because my intuition told me that he didn't have enough Elixir for a Mega Knight, but at the same time I didn't want to Xbow at 6, because I wanted to have enough for a Knight in front, so let's see. I definitely could have logged here. I guess I logged after anyway, so it's fine. But that was kind of unlucky with that Queen not getting hit by the skeleton there. But still, okay, looks like my intuition was right. He was super low on Elixir after that, and I could afford to save up for this Knight, which was really important, because if I didn't go for that, if he just went Bandit and I didn't have enough for a Knight, he would have just been able to straight up take out my Xbow or come very close to it. So that was very important, and I think that was a really nice play, saving up for the Knight, recognizing that I had to commit against whatever he played against the Xbow to keep my Xbow alive. So thanks to that, my opponent played super aggressive again. Those kind of cues, I didn't actually count his exact Elixir, but I feel like as you play the game a lot, you get kind of an intuitive sense, and that was kind of the case for me. I kind of had a feeling that he was going to be super low on Elixir after that, so pretty glad about that. But found next match against Martinus Maximus. We are now 4/5 of our way there. I was going to say 3/4 to our goal. He gives a good luck. So 2 wins to go. Let's just go Knight for this Bandit. Magic Archer going to Fireball that instantly. And this is looking like it's going to be a better bridge spam matchup. Actually reacted pretty fast to that, because it only got 1 hit. I thought it would get 2. Normally it does. Yeah, looking like it's going to be P.E.K.K.A bridge spam, which I'm definitely welcoming. And never mind, because he does have the Ram Rider in here. Gonna log to reset the charge and keep my Tesla alive. He actually goes for a Lightning, so actually similar situation as last time. I'm gonna go for an Xbow again. I'm gonna wait till I get 8 Elixir just so I can afford a Knight in front. And let's hope he doesn't have like a Queen or something, because I'm gonna be kind of screwed if he does. Okay, Iwa is gonna go Archers, Skeletons as well to catch the Barbarian. And that should be a connection, yep. So he goes for the Snowball. Gonna hover my Knight because I think he might Bandit. I think he should. Okay, never mind. Actually, Xbow's pretty low on HP. Almost said Elixir. Xbow's pretty low on HP, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, similar situation there. Unfortunately, Ram Rider Lightning again. I thought it was going to be P.E.K.K.A bridge spam because he does have Magic Archer. Usually, Ram Rider Lightning never has Magic Archer in it, but I guess my opponent is kind of being a trendsetter, and again going for the Ram Rider. Gonna go for an anti-lightning Tesla this time, because I don't want him to just lightning my tower again. Bandit comes down. I'm actually gonna Fireball, because I don't unfortunately have Log or Ice Spirit in Cycle. So that was not the best looking Fireball, but I think I had to do it, just because I did not want that Ram Rider to get too much value. And I don't agree with that Magic Archer being in that lane, because I can just log and ignore the rest of it. I think it should have been same lane, because I would have had to respond even more, but still, that's totally fine. I'm going to go for an Xbow now. Let's find out if he has like a P.E.K.K.A or a Mega Knight or what the deal is. And looks like it is going to be P.E.K.K.A. So we're going to go Skeletons off to the far side, because yeah, he has Barb Barrel. I didn't want it to be able to be easily caught with the Barb Barrel. And then I think I'm going to go back for another Xbow, because we have a pretty nice counter push here with the Knight and Archers. And he might be forced to go for a Lightning or something. Actually going to get some pretty nice Fireball value. And oh my god, that was a perfect Fireball. Hitting the E-Wiz as well, which I wasn't even trying to do. But that was amazing. That should basically seal the game. I guess I will go Archers for this Magic Archer to take it out. But yeah, that was basically a game-winning Fireball, which I'm pretty proud of. Did not mean to hit the E-Wiz, but I guess let's pretend that I did. Totally a prediction Fireball there. Gonna have one final push to take care of. Actually gonna go for a Knight up high. Okay, never mind. That didn't work out at all. I was hoping to kite the P.E.K.K.A up high, but it did not do what I wanted it to. I was hoping to like kite it behind and then have the Ram Rider walk up. I guess I could have done it sooner, or maybe it was just out of range. Either way though, we were still able to win. So really nice there. 9 wins, 2 Lightning matchups in a row, both of which I would say are not really easy matchups, so pretty proud of that. And 1 win to go. Let's try and get a flawless video today. Would be pretty nice, because again, I have not done a video like this in quite a while, and I also haven't played too much recently, but let's give our opponent good luck. I actually don't remember if I gave it like just 2 seconds ago or not, but anyways, I'm gonna go for Log. Prince in the back, actually gonna Xbow. This is risky though, because I'm not sure what he has. E-Barbs. Okay, yeah, I don't actually like this very much, so sometimes it is risky to do Xbow when they commit something like that, but I kind of wanted to. I'm going to go for a Log instead of a Knight, and I guess I will take hopefully only 1 E-Barb hit. Okay, 2 hits. That kind of sucks, but I didn't want to go for a Knight in case he had like something else I'd have to respond to. But yeah, so sometimes you don't always want to Xbow when they go for something like that, and Goblin Barrel is interesting. I'm just going to go for a Knight and deal with that. And I think I'm actually low on Elixir, so I'm not going to Xbow, even though I have a Knight counter pushing. Yeah, because notice how he went for a mini P.E.K.K.A when I was at 7, which he probably went for that at 10. So I'm probably down about 3 Elixir right now, so I'm definitely going to have to chill. And he could have something like arrows, so I definitely want to be careful here. Prince comes down again. I'm going to go for Skeletons. I guess I do have to go Tesla as well. He goes for a Zap, which is pretty aggressive. Actually, I really want to Xbow, but he has E-Barbs, which kind of sucks. I'm going to take that Prince charge, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm playing this kind of weird, but I didn't want to go Knight and just kind of waste my Knight. Then again, I just cycled a Knight in the back, so I don't know. But looks like he's low on Elixir now, so maybe an opportunity to go in. Definitely an opportunity to go in, because I can just go for Ice Spirit for that, and then Skeletons log this mini P.E.K.K.A. That's going to be a huge connection. I think he has E-Bars, but I don't think he has enough after going for that 10 Elixir. He went Barrel plus mini P.E.K.K.A plus Skarmy. That is actually just 10 Elixir right away. So going to go for a Knight. Keep the Xbow alive, of course, because I need to. Unfortunate placement, though, and I was hoping the Prince would walk up, but that's still fine. Going to go for a Tesla. Take care of the Prince. Ice Spirit just to make sure it doesn't charge. Okay, that obviously was not a great insurance policy, because it still charged, but he had Mega Knight the whole time. I don't know why he didn't go Mega Knight on the Xbow, but I'm super glad he didn't, because I was able to get a huge connection since he didn't. But okay, gonna log the Dark Goblin, because it's actually going to be really frustrating to deal with. And don't be afraid of logging sometimes on offense against Logbait, because you have other ways to deal with the barrel. Like I did just now, I fireballed the barrel off, and that was totally good. You also have Archers plus Skeletons, Archers plus Ice Spirit, Knight plus Skeletons, Knight plus Ice Spirit. You have lots of counters to Goblin Barrel without only using your logs, so don't be too afraid of logging on offense sometimes. I'm just going to start spell cycling him out. Just need 2 fireballs at this point, and there's no way he's going to really break through. Also, I don't think Ice Spirit does enough, but yeah, it is still going to force a response out. and now we're back to our next fireball. So that is going to be game against a pretty interesting Logbait deck there. I know single Elixir was honestly kind of scuffed. I didn't play it super well, and it honestly could have been pretty bad if my opponent took that even further by... or rather, if my opponent had some kind of big spell like a rocket, then I don't think I could have actually come back from that deficit, because I was down 1,000 damage, so I should have played safer. I guess when they go Prince in the back, you don't always want to Xbow opposite. I do if I feel risky, I guess, but it is definitely risky, because if the opponent has something like LumberLoon or Balloon Freeze, you could actually just straight up tower trade, and that's honestly not optimal, because that's actually happened to me before, that exact situation. They went Prince in the back, I went Xbow, he just ignored it and went like LumberLoon, and then you can't really defend all of that while you're also down 6 Elixir because you played an Xbow, so you have to be kind of safe. I guess tip from that game is don't Xbow opposite when they go Prince, just play defensively, but yeah, I just felt like it, I guess. But all that being said, that is going to be a flawless 10-0 start to the Royal Tournament, which I'm pretty happy about. So pretty glad, because again, haven't really made a Global Tournament video in, I think, over a month. I'm not sure when the last one was, but I think it was probably in July, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe in August at the start, but I know I definitely missed the last one, which was like a special mode Rage tournament, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that is going to be game. That's going to be a flawless 10-0 start, which I'm really happy about. So pretty long video today. This matchup is actually pretty good because he didn't have a big spell. So if I wanted to make something happen, I could have gone like defensive Xbow into offensive Xbows, that kind of sequence. Or if I didn't take so much damage at the start, I could have just won with Spell Cycle later on, because he only really has Zap as direct tower damage, assuming I log all the barrels. But either way, I would say pretty nice video overall today. Had some pretty tricky matchups at the start. It was kind of interesting. Had some pretty easy ones at the start, but then I did go up against these two lightning ones in a row, which I would say were both pretty hard, so I'm glad I was able to win those. And finally, to top it off, a Mega Knight Logbait E-Barbs matchup, which is interesting. But that's going to be the video, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed. 3.0 Xbow Cycle in the Global Tournament, definitely still viable if you play it well, but it is still going to be kind of hard, I would say. And you do have to play it well. But that's going to be all, so hope you guys enjoyed. Have not made a video like this in a while, like I said, so thankful to all of you for watching. In terms of my life stuff, I still don't really have stuff figured out. I'm back home now. I guess I don't want to get into it too much, but I did make a community post talking about what happened recently, so if you guys were interested, you can check that out if you want to, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. I do still have to figure out what my next plan is going to be, but since I am back home and I have more time for now, I can try and make more videos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you look forward to more if I do make more. I might make more on the Global Tournament because there are 4 days left. I also did make a ladder video that I still have to post, so I'll have to figure out the order of that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, I guess. Next one, if I do make one, will be going to 15 wins, which might be in the next few days. So if you guys are interested, you can look out for that. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.